Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Hardcore Heroes. So, party members.
Ben and I are invisible and following Malachi.
Hold on. Let's get everything squared away here.
Yes.
Who is doing what and is where?
So is it time to go and meet Venlin? Yeah.
Yeah, it is a lightly rainy evening.
So
Van's grabbing some spells really fast.
Can you cast a nap spell on me so I can invis you guys and then get?
I can't because I only have one nap spell memorized, and that's the one that I need so that we can make it to New Fort in a day.
Okay, never mind then. Let's see.
I mean, we have to arrive in New Fort to Friday, so. We still have a few days to go to New Fort.
Well, never mind. Let's just do it this way. I'm sure if I've got you guys waiting invisibly, if he attacks me, you'll just kill him.
Yeah, so Van's going to grab Invisibility Purge just in case we need it. I'll go and post my spells actually now that I have them. Kind of want to take Charm Person. Not for him. Okay. By the way, Neal, I forgot to actually bring this up during the break, but technically invisibility is an illusion, and the person who is made invisible automatically disbelieves the illusion. That's in the books. I'll paste it. Somebody on Reddit
Why don't we
posted
come
it.
back to this? Hold on.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Since we're using it right now.
Give me a link.
I'll paste the exact text wall before you really
Is it from the spell description?
It's not the spell description, but it's something about invisibility as a thing in general. Hold on.
Yeah, the thing about it is that
I'll copy paste it really
the
fast.
person can see themselves. Probably.
Well, so far we've run with you cannot see yourself while you're invisible, and we're just going to keep that.
Yeah, so we might
going.
want to keep that. Okay, I'll post it in chat so you can look at it though.
Neal, you should just change illusion to be an enchantment rather than a. Sorry, you should change invisibility to be an enchantment rather than illusion.
Yeah, because it makes it gives problem with you can disbelieve illusions and.
So I guess we do literally disappear then.
So what book is this from?
I have no idea. It's a text blob.
Who sent? How did you come across this?
This was on the Reddit discussion thread.
Who did?
Okay, because this might be for a different edition.
Oh, this is not for a different edition, but it is in the Wizard's Handbook, I think.
Yeah.
But if it's an illusion, I don't know. We can just keep it as an enchantment. I just thought you'd want to know before we actually use it again.
Well,
we've been using it as you can't see yourself this entire time.
Right.
So,
that would mean that it's an enchantment, not an illusion, right?
Oh.
Because you do literally disappear in that case.
We're gonna leave it the way it is written. It's still an illusion spell. You can't see yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of important because there are some things. I think the amulet you have, Nick.
High hit dice people can see through illusions, and yeah, Nick would be able to see invisible things if he looked through his gem, if that's the case.
Nice. Maybe I don't need detect invisibility then.
Yeah.
Good shout. All right. So if it's time to go, right? Let me just paste my spells here. I'm gonna say to you, right? We're going in. I'm going to cast invisibility on you. I'll hold the door open behind me when I walk in. Follow me in, and just wait. And if I cough 3 times,
Malachi, I can just wait outside the door and cast telepathy on you before you go in, and you can communicate with me mentally.
Yeah, but I need you there in case he.
But then I can run in the door if you communicate with me. I think it'd be easier because I'm like Kine might be able to sneak in, but I'm in heavy metal armor. I'm not sure if I can do that.
Yeah.
All right, fine. You wait outside.
Yeah, I'll be right outside the door, ready to bust in if anything goes badly. But I'll cast telepathy on you before you go inside.
All right. Yeah. So I cut. Do you want invis then? No. Or yeah.
Yes, invis.
All right.
I'll take it so that I don't get spotted as easily.
I invis both of them.
If you look in chat, there is a passage directly contradicting that other one from the DMG.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Neal, do I learn Find Familiar, by the way?
Oh, I forgot to check to see if you're doing that. It took you 2 days. That's not a problem. And you do pass. You might want to read Find Familiar very carefully, because if your familiar dies, you make a save versus death or die.
I have read it, and I will not be casting it.
You just want the spell.
Wait, what is this?
Find Familiar.
I would also. Have you seen the? Can we clear this up now? Is there any chance of summoning an imp?
With Find Familiar?
Yeah. It says it's in the Monsters Manual that lawful evil wizards can summon an imp if they are deemed worthy. Well, imps are broken, so.
But are you lawful evil?
I don't know, but they give you 1 point of HP regeneration, and they give you magic resistance.
And then a chimera comes down and flame breaths the imp, and you die instantly.
I think the player's handbook actually has a list of things that you can summon.
It does, but it says in the Monsters Manual about imps. And fairy dragons.
I think Malachi falls under lawful evil.
I don't know about lawful.
Well,
Neutral.
I think he's neutral,
I guess.
evil.
He does have that respect for the feudal system, though. It's kind of weird. Like, he's willing to murder people. But, I don't know.
Well, let's not worry about this now.
Yeah.
We have a meeting with
Yes.
Venlin. Let's talk about familiars another time.
Alright, so I cast Invis on both of them.
Yeah.
I give
before
Kai
we-
the signal as 3 coughs.
Before-
What happens at
Malachi.
3 coughs? Let's be clear about all these things.
I tell him it's go time if I cough 3 times in a row.
Yeah,
Kill
and
the
I
fucker.
go. I follow Malachi into the room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Van's staying outside because of his heavy armor, but he's casting telepathy on Malachi before he goes in so we can communicate mentally.
And I cast shield on myself before I go in.
Okay. Let's take a look at a few things here. The what is it called? The Dragon's Den is located, I believe it's in the main town square, actually, across the street from. Yeah, it's right across the street from. It's next to the Half Pint. Right across the street from something that I can't read.
So this is
It's
like
too damn
this is
small.
the pub that we don't go to.
Yeah, this is the pub right around the corner from the one that you go to.
Okay. What a shit pub to choose.
After Malachi gets telepathy casted on him, it's 4 times faster than speaking normally, Malachi. So you can probably translate everything he says over to me.
Okay. Yeah.
Additionally, if he's not there, just let me know, and I'll walk into the room and I can just be there.
I want to be clear on this. You're casting telepathy between you and Malachi, so he can tell you everything that Venlin tells him.
Because if he's already in there, I'm not sure if Van can sneak in invisible because of his heavy metal armor.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna do telepathy on Malachi so that he can communicate with me through the door, and I can just run inside. So I'm right outside the door, ready to run in if things go bad.
Sure. Duration is 1 turn plus 2 rounds per level. You're
So
level
24
7.
minutes.
24 rounds. Okay. Does not
And
give.
then
They only hear thoughts. Mind to mind. Instantaneous. 4 times faster than verbal communication.
Yeah.
Gestures, expressions, body language cannot be convened. Let's see. It doesn't seem to be obvious that you are communicating telepathically. I don't think you have to
no,
roll your eyes.
it
back
doesn't
in your
say
head or
anything about
anything.
concentrating on it. So you can just continue to I think it's supposed to be kind of a covert thing so that you can communicate without one person having to actually be there. So you can have somebody walk into a room and hold a conversation while the other one's outside,
Sure.
technically listening in.
Sure. So, Malachi,
So I look through the window.
it's pretty crowded in here. What is
Looking
your
for-
willpower, wisdom?
10.
You do not spot him in the crowd.
Oh, are you using
do-
passive perception?
Do I spot him? Because we all would probably look for him, I think.
I think Van isn't looking in because he's staying outside.
Yeah,
You don't see
I'm-
him either, invisible kind.
Mm-hmm. All right. I go in and I hold the door open for me. For
Okay.
Kine. And I go to the bartender and say, "Hey, I'm looking for a man named Venlin. Red robes."
He gives a kind of a nod towards the middle of the wall. There's a bunch of little booths in there with little sections sticking out. And as you turn around, you can see a man that matches this description. He's sitting down, so it's hard to catch his height, but he's got black hair, a salt and pepper, scraggly beard. He's, in his 50s or 60s. He's wearing these really deep red robes that almost kind of, They're hard to tell their color in this the torchlight and candlelight of the tavern. Oil light, I should say. Light,
Okay.
something.
I cast a spell.
What do you cast?
ESP.
All right, so you start casting a spell, and you hear a voice call out, "The wizard's casting a spell!"
Yeah. It's just like a coin, right? Gale casts it by sort of flicking it between his fingers, and then it disappears.
Is it that obvious? Because
If it has somatic components, it is.
I mean, yeah, I'm in a crowded bar. I'm casting a spell.
Yeah,
Do something about it.
that's fair enough.
I mean, standing
would anybody really be listening into what he's saying? Like, sure, he starts speaking in a strange tongue, but is anybody actually speaking to Malachi at this point?
Only the bartender, who's I guess not necessarily there. The bartender could have moved on, but
Yeah.
where the fuck is my? I can't even
I'm
find
sure
the ESP
someone-
spell. Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, somatic, verbal, material, casting time of 2. Material component is a copper piece. Sure.
If it's a casting time of 2, it's probably just a couple quick phrases.
Yeah, it's pretty quick. But you start casting ESP, and sure enough, there is a shout from within the bar about he's casting a spell. You don't know where it's coming from because you're focused on your spell at the moment.
Yeah.
And the bar kind of erupts into a bit of chaos as people get up and start looking around for who the hell is casting a spell. I need you to make me let's give you like a Savor's Death to see if you get jostled and your concentration is broken by people moving around.
Neal, I'm standing beside the door.
That's
But
fine.
I'm not doing
Pass.
Pass, all right. So you manage to kind of sit out the chaos as people move around. When your eyes come to and you're really looking around the bar, you can see it's a kind of a chaotic place. People are pushing for the door, and
Yeah. So
that's a messy scene.
I look forward and walk through the crowd, parting it as I go and read Venland's thoughts.
Does he get a stave?
Yeah, I think so.
Only if I think if you try to probe his
No,
mind.
there is no
otherwise-
saving throw.
If used as part of an interrogation, an intelligent and wary subject receives a saving throw. Is
It's
the
not an
line.
interrogation. Yeah.
So you go to read his mind, and it is blank. Like it's like there's not a mind there. Like you're reading empty space.
Okay. So I'll walk up to him again and sit down in the booth then.
The person smiles at you, says, "Well, that was quite impressive. Managed to keep your concentration throughout the mob."
I just wanted to clear the place out so we could talk. You know, you're
What spell
somewhat
was
of a
that
guest.
you were casting back there, anyway?
Well, perhaps if we make close friends, then I'll tell you.
How am I supposed to trust a person who's casting spells upon first meeting? Now, this
shrug.
isn't a proper way to start off what I hope to be a long and prosperous relationship.
Uh-huh. Is that right? What is it you want from me? I'm surprised you show your face in here, given what you did to Baron Twin Tower's wife.
Oh. I was disappointed by your intervention in that little endeavor. Of course,
Well,
I
it
didn't
still
learn
worked.
about it until some time later, but when I did learn about it, I was gravely disappointed. Those poor people. That poor man, beaten to death.
Well,
His wife enslaved.
they messed with the nobility. I suppose that's what you get when you're a peasant.
No, it is a cruel world we live in.
What exactly did they do for you?
They delivered a potion to Lady Twin Tower, of course.
And that was your goal?
Well, I suppose the place is sufficiently cleared out now that there's no cover for our conversation, unfortunately. He scoots a little bit closer to you and leans in a little bit and keeps his voice low. Mr. Malachi, I am an agent of the Queen, see, and the Twin Towers have been noticeably abusive to the people. She wanted a subtle hand to prevent them, to remind them of their humility. Subtle hand to correct their behavior.
And you are here again now because you want someone to
Because
finish.
these barbaric people should not be running this town.
And you say you work for the Queen. Do you have any proof?
I did not come with a piece of paper signed by her. Not only would you not recognize her signature, but I am the sort of agent that does things without real legal authority. They're not legal authority, but does things without... that wouldn't be proper to be connected back to the crown.
You know, though, that there's been quite the spate of nobles dying untimely deaths.
Yes,
I
it
figured
has
somebody
been
smart
most
would be
tragic.
behind it. How do I know that you're not involved with them?
Because if I was, why would I be coming to you? You've been leading the charge, as I recall, against these assassinations. Rumor has it, you and your companions managed to round up a whole group of those filthy Malchus cultists. Imprisoned one of them, even.
Indeed, but they could have more working with them.
Well, that is why we must work together.
So you want me to kill Baron Twintar?
Oh, God, no. No.
Oh.
We can't afford to be losing any more leadership.
Sorry, I misunderstood.
We simply need a way for him to be... someone else to be sitting up there. It doesn't particularly matter who, but he is a brutal man, and his wife is even worse.
Well, who do you have in mind?
We don't particularly care who the replacement is. Any one of the
Well,
other
then.
noble families will do. Or if you have someone in mind from afar that could be relocated.
What if there was a new noble family?
Ooh,
I shrug.
the Baron Malachi the traitor, perhaps? After his father's
Traitor.
profession?
Talking about my father. Well, why would you call me a traitor?
He traded on
No,
his ship.
trader.
Trader. Not traitor, trader.
Did you ever meet my father?
Although I suppose, considering your father's profession, perhaps you shouldn't be Malachi the traitor. That's an easy mistake to make. I never met him, unfortunately.
You didn't take a ship with him? Unfortunate incidents with some goblins? Down the coast towards Whiteshore, no?
No.
Never mind. You know that there was some adventurers in town here looking for you at one point. Said they were chasing you down the Crystal Run, ended up getting themselves killed. By werewolves, but... You're quite the...
Chasing after me?
You're quite the ghost around here. Your name keeps propping up.
That is not a good sign. I am supposed to be moving around without being noticed. Who are these people that were chasing after me?
Do you know Joris, the wizard? In Copper Hill?
Slightly. We have met a few times.
A friend of his. And his friends.
Was this issued by Joris?
No, I don't think so. I don't know how they knew about you or what happened, but
Interesting. Well, I fear that there are the very forces that we are seeking to disrupt have been seeking to stop us. If people are looking for me and know my name, then here we might have a traitor in our midst somewhere.
we.
The Queen and her...
So the Queen does live.
Quite so.
What does she intend to do about Thornwood?
Could be. There are far bigger problems than Thornwood. The changing of leadership is disruptive, but marching of armies is worse.
Agreed. Well, then what would you have me do, Venland, Hand of the Queen?
Oh, as I said, I like to play a subtle role, tipping things here or there. I would not want to leave my fingerprints on anything on this. I'm sure a man of your capabilities and with your resources, your friends, ought to be able to find a way to discredit a person or convince them to depart the throne. I'm sure you'll figure out some way of removing him.
Well, let's say I do. Will the Queen name me Baron?
Is that what you want?
I shrug. Who else is going to
Leans
save
back
this town?
and starts stroking his chin. I feel like that would leave a lot of questions. You remove him and then take his place? Well, if you were able to do it without it linking back to you,
Indeed.
there could be...
Perhaps he willingly retires and leaves a letter of recommendation.
That would do well. I believe the two of you are associated with your previous helping of him, which I, once again, very unhappy with. But it's fine. You did not know that you were contradicting the agents of the agency of the Queen.
You are a far more interesting man than I gave you credit for.
Well, I cannot promise this now. I can only promise to take it to her and get her final approval. I have many executive powers, but in stating a commoner into the rank of nobles, especially as a baron, needs official approval.
Of course. Well, I'm to visit with the Count in the next day or two. Is there anything I should be worried about?
Only if you've pissed him off.
There's So you've been translating this back to me with telepathy, right?
Yeah, most of it. Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Ben's going to ask, just like over telepathy, ask him if he knows any information about Twin Tower. Information that, like, secrets he has that he would be quite ashamed to have made public.
I say back to you that I have it in hand.
All right. Van leaves it.
All right. Well then, Venland. This was your only reason to visit Shybrook? Such a lovely time of year.
I have many duties that take me many places, but I like to keep them insulated from one another.
Whilst you're here, what were you doing down the Crystal Run? It's a dangerous place. Folk tend to go missing down there.
Down the Crystal Run?
Yeah, the Joris's friend said he was chasing after Venland down the Crystal Run. South of Shybrook? No?
Gives a bit of a shrug. I've never taken a ship up the river before, or a boat.
Does the Queen know of the villages south of Shybrook? What's been happening here?
She knows of the refugee, the displacement.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a troubling issue.
Well, what are your thoughts on it?
He shrugs. I work at a different level.
You're not concerned?
There's always hard times. There's always a famine or a drought or an earthquake. I try to keep the peace where it can be controlled. People abandoning their villages out of fear is beyond my ability to influence.
This was not abandonment from fear. The whole village has gone missing in the blink of an eye. No sign of a struggle. The remnants of a strong magical aura covering
just
the whole
local
place.
folklore.
No. I've seen it with my own eyes.
Whole villages abandoned.
Not abandoned, everyone gone. There is a
Where?
creature living in the Shadow Mountains. I've seen its lair. I've scryed upon it. There's great treasure.
He
Piles
cocks
of
his head
bones.
to the side and gives you that look like, are we certain? This
you be-
sounds like hogwash.
I am certain. I've seen it with my own eyes. Clairvoyance. My cleric friend cast Reflecting Pool on one of the disappeared people from the village, and we observed a cave and a huge pile of bones. And then clairvoyance that cave saw many piles of bones and a great pile of treasure and shadows.
Are there displacer beasts south of here? Perhaps,
Displacer beasts would leave remnants of dead men. There is nothing. Not a
perhaps
door
they
out of
killed
place.
many and the rest ran off.
Are all agents of the nobility so blind to what is in front of them?
I'm just saying, what you are suggesting is a beast of some sort with the power to remove an entire village undetected.
I mean,
What you are implying is a creature of enormous power.
Yeah. And I don't see what other explanation there is. I spent a great deal of time investigating this, and it's frustrating, to say the least, that I can't even get an audience, or I can't even gain entry into Stromheim to speak to someone there to try and gain help. And now,
What help would you want? What help
just,
could we provide?
tell someone that there's something in the Shadow Mountains that probably can't be dealt with by a single wizard and his cleric friend. If there truly is something that powerful, then it will take a concerted effort to lure it out and defeat it. Does it at
You don't
least not
strike
warrant
me as a
investigation?
crazed man. You don't strike me as a drunk.
If you would accept my hospitality for this evening, my friend, he's a cleric, he could show you what we've seen. You could see it with your own eyes.
Unfortunately, I must depart by ship this very night.
I ask Van if he's got rapport learned.
No, I have mental domination just in case it went real bad.
I will take this. Write down your thoughts on this matter. Write down what you wish to share with the Queen. I will see it delivered to her, and I will give her my honest impression of you as a person, who we are entrusting with this delicate task. I will see what she has to say.
And I think it should be easily done. Yeah, and I'll write down about the investigation and the dwarves and the magic aura, and then Kyne's village, the magic aura, and then the scrying on the cave,
Sure.
the treasure pile, the bones, the whole shebang.
The bartender brings you over a couple of drinks while you do this. Venlin looks at his drink and squints at the bartender, not really, like he doesn't trust the drink that he's been handed, and doesn't touch his.
All right. Well, is he just being a snob, or is it shit beer?
No, it's fine beer. But he just
I'll
doesn't
drink it
trust. Yeah. He's got that look of someone who's suspicious of everyone around him.
Yeah, which I understand. All right. Well, I don't suppose you fancy me sticking around for a pleasant chat.
No. I have other places to be.
Then I shall bid you adieu.
I will leave sometime later so as not to arouse more attention than we already have in this empty place.
And how would I contact you?
Very good point.
If I were to convince the standing baron to give up his seat and nominate me, I need to make sure that Count Ironhide isn't going to send an army down.
Why would Count Ironhide invade Shirebrook?
If I were to claim ownership of the keep.
if you were to become Baron Malachi, you should think of a last name, by the way. If you were to become Baron Malachi, it would be through executive order of the Queen. There would
I
be...
just mean in the
Oh.
time between Baron Twin Tower's resignation and my appointment.
I see. Well, I would not worry about that.
Okay,
I will
Well,
do what I
say
can
so.
from the other side.
I trust you. You know, I prepared all my best spells to kill you, but I suppose there's no need.
I am glad you are not as rash as some of our order had thought. Some of us had suggested you would murder me on sight.
Do you think I could?
I think you could try. But in all reality, probably would be able to kill me. It would be a
trust him.
unfortunate and unhappy ending for me. But I believe that were you to do that, you would eventually find your demise at the hand of something, somewhere.
Well, you seem much more useful to me alive, so let's leave it like that.
It's not exactly the sort of thing one would expect from a potential baron.
It's just a joke, Fenlon. I go
Wait.
up, I tap him on the, hit his arm and stand up, neck the rest of my pint, and say, I'm sure I'll see you again, and walk out.
He sits, crosses his arms, and watches you walk out with a who does this guy think he is sort of look on.
Neal,
And then
Yeah.
he fires his 7 magic missiles.
Neal, while he's sitting there, I quietly go over and just tip over a cup and follow Malachi out.
You just like knock over his glass with beer in it.
Mhm.
His glass or just a random glass?
A random glass, not especially his glass. Just a random glass. Just to knock it over.
He glances to the glass that falls over, gets up and makes for the other door, the back door.
Who is that? Oh shit, yes, invisible people by.
And then the party reconvenes somewhere in town.
When do we, so I mean, once we get away from the thing, I'll cancel Kine and Van's invisibility.
So, what did he want? I didn't hear because I stayed by the door.
Well, apparently he works for the Queen.
Wait, I thought you were in the room, Kine.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
stayed by the door and he Neal mentioned
Oh,
that
that's right. He got really
What?
close to speak quietly. Okay.
Yeah.
It says that the Count made a mistake naming Baron Twin Tower Lord of
so?
Shirebrook.
How so?
Says that he's a barbaric man who beats his wife and kids, and he shouldn't be in charge of the town. He said that's why he was trying to discredit him by somehow disfiguring his wife all those months ago. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense, but basically, he wants me to find some way of forcing Baron Twin Tower to step down.
I
Fortunately
don't
for
trust his word about Twin Tower. If he's an agent or a servant of the Queen, then he is not to be trusted, especially if he's an agent.
me, if he works for the Queen, then he's much more useful to us than Lord Twin Tower.
And what would happen then? Let's say we discredit Twin Tower. He is discharged from being a baron.
The Queen can put somebody more capable in charge.
And who would that be?
I shrug.
Somebody, I believe his name starts with an M. Escapes me right now. I can't
Look,
quite.
You're not
M.A. Ma.
this town is going to hell. If there truly is a shadow dragon, who
Did you
better
tell him
to-
about the dragon?
I asked him about it.
Dragon.
Yeah, I told him. He didn't believe me, but I wrote him a a long and thoughtful description of everything we've seen, and he promises to take it to the Queen. So, look, with what's coming, who better to rule this place than ourselves?
Might not be a
really
terrible
think-
idea.
you
Though
really
I'm
think
not
you have-
too keen on settling down.
Well, we could
Same.
always appoint a chancellor.
That's true.
When do we leave?
What about that Chancellor Angus, man? He seemed,
He seemed like a good guy. Well, he's
Yeah.
a dwarf, so no.
that's true. But dwarves tend to be fairly honest.
Yeah,
Hmm.
maybe loyal.
We will see. We
Yeah.
should. Malachi, if you want to hire some people to escort Jeeves, maybe you want to do it before we go to Nearford. We don't know what the Count wants for us, and if he's angry, we don't know how the situation will end.
I agree, Van. Do you concur?
Sorry, can you say that again? I completely blanked out for about 5 seconds there.
I think we try and find some adventurers to escort Jeeves to Tassel.
Sure, but we should take care. Sure,
I mean,
we should take care of that, and we can arrange it all by letter and have everything arranged while we're traveling down to
I will.
Newford.
I'll cast stones.
Although
to my
Malachi,
Jeeves
we will
before
be
we
back
set them
in
up.
2 days. We could just do
Yeah.
it ourselves. Like we could take care of it when we get back from Newford.
If
We
something
don't know
happens
what
with the
will
Count,
happen.
That's true.
And
Why don't we leave Jeeves with some money here, and then he can arrange for his own travels. We'll tell him to get some help if we don't come back from Newford.
Sorry, Van, but I don't think. I worry that Jeeves might be getting into the wrong company, and I think he's not that good with money.
I see what you're saying, but if we tell him that money, like he's got his, I believe Malachi gave him some money to retire on, and I think he can use that to get high as much as he wants.
But do you think that Jeeves has a good?
I just think we
I
need to
think-
leave today, and I think our best bet to get him
We don't
a
need to leave
capable
today.
party.
Then it's Tuesday. The Count wants to see us
By
least-
Friday, I'd rather not make him
By
wait until the last
Friday.
possible
look,
second.
I think it's fine. I'm sure we'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't think we're
Fine.
going to die. I highly
Let's,
doubt we're going to die.
Let's go
I
see
mean-
the Counts, and we'll deal with Jeeves on our way back.
Maybe you should tell him that, just in case he doesn't venture off on his own.
Sure, we'll tell him that if we don't come back, we're probably dead, but we'll probably be coming back
So when do we leave?
this morning.
Tomorrow
So we-
morning.
Yeah, I mean it's probably
Yes.
past midnight now, so later
Yeah.
in the morning.
Okay, I'm gonna go get an early night.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Get
I
some
will
sleep.
I will try to find Jeeves and tell him.
So
Van's gonna go burn his
Yeah.
nap so he doesn't, so that he can make sure he memorizes everything he needs to memorize before the carriage leaves.
Neal, I kind of want to get up early the next day and go and visit the Baron.
Sure.
Or we can do it next time if you want.
No, we got some time here. You can go ahead and visit the Baron. That'll be some
Well-
waiting time until.
No. I get up early, like early in the morning, very early in the morning, like 3 a.m. or something. And I will. I'm gonna polymorph. I'm gonna get into his room with polymorph self.
Oh, so you want to like visit the Baron by secrecy, and
Yes.
you're not like strolling up. Hi, I'd like an appointment with Baron Flynn Towers, please. Yes, tell him
No.
Malachi's arriving.
Not
Okay.
quite.
So you get up early. You polymorph yourself into a spider, bat.
Yeah. Yeah, spider, bat. I get in. Right. I mean, I assume at this point we can just say I can get into his room.
Yeah, that's not too difficult. You find your way into his room. It is raining, by the way, fairly hard.
Okay.
You can
Is he-
still get in, but
Is he sleeping with his wife, or is he on his own?
he is being dressed by a servant.
Well, it's like really early in the morning.
Oh, before the sun comes up?
Yeah.
Okay. Then he is asleep in bed.
On his own.
No, it looks like there are two figures in bed. There's not much in the way of light, just the occasional flash of lightning illuminating the room.
Okay. So I will polymorph self into an imp. and I will go in. How could I get out of here if I needed to get out?
There's a window. Same
Is
way
it?
you're getting in.
Could it be? Yeah, so I could leave, right? If I switch, okay.
Yeah,
It takes
I
a
will,
full. Bear in mind, it takes a full minute for you to polymorph between
Yeah, but
forms.
the imp could open the window and fly out.
Yeah. So if you're staying as an imp,
So I will go and tap on the Baron to wake him up.
He rolls over. No, no, honey, no.
So then I am gonna cast Lesser Gaius on him.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Okay, Lesser Gaius. He gets a saving throw to negate.
it's he gets like a big penalty or something.
By
Yeah.
means of the spell, a wizard places magical command on a creature of 7 hit die or less to carry out some service, undertake a task, or refrain from some action or course of activity. The caster specifies the condition of the Lesser Gaius when he casts the spell. The victim must be intelligent, conscious, able to understand the caster, and not under the influence of any spells or effects that affect or control its mind. Lesser Gaius cannot compel the creature to kill itself or perform acts which will result in certain death, although the wizard can use the spell to coerce the subject into almost any other non-destructive course of action. The victim is entitled to a saving throw to avoid the spell, but suffers and the rest of the spell is cut off.
Yeah.
That's recent because it was on there before, but it's like a minus. I think it's a -4 penalty if he's at a lower level.
I think so.
But the victim is entitled to a saving throw for a spell to avoid the Lesser Gaius, but suffers a -2 penalty on the save if the wizard is of a higher level, or -4 penalty if the wizard is more than twice the victim's level or hit die. The
Probably.
wizard must be careful in wording his Lesser Gaius, since the casting and fulfillment are tricky. The subject should be given a tangible, achievable goal with clear course of action available to him. Climb that mountain or tear the mountain down rock by rock are legitimate Gaiuses, but a Gaius such as become a mountain is just not specific enough to work.
Come a mountain.
If the Gaius creature fails to follow the wizard's instructions, it will grow sick 1 week that passes. Each week that passes, the creature will lose 1 point from an ability score, 1 hit point per hit die, and suffer cumulative -1 penalty attack rolls and saving throws. These penalties cannot reduce an ability score to less than 3. Reduce a creature to less than 1 hit point per hit die, or reduce its attack or saves by more than 4 points. Lesser Gaius can be countermanded by a remove curse spell, a limited wish, or wish. Or if the subject entertains thoughts of removing a Lesser Gaius, it will protect itself by giving the subject a warning headache. So if the subject wants to remove Lesser Gaius from themselves, they'll get some sort of warning headache, and then you'll start getting sick.
Yeah. So, you guess you want to roll a save, and then I'll tell you what the Gaius is, or the other way around?
No, tell me the Gaius first. Yeah. What are you Gaiusing him?
I'm gonna say out loud, but don't respond because I'm just getting it straight in my head. Okay.
Sure, you can talk about it out loud. I'll wait for your official full statement
Okay.
at the end.
So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say, abdicate the throne of Shirebrook. Abdicate your family's claim to the throne of Shirebrook. Write a letter nominating the wizard Malachi, and get as far away from Shirebrook as possible.
Can you find a way to condense that?
That's last bit's a bit mean. Abdicate your claim to the throne and nominate Malachi the wizard as your replacement. Do not interfere with his affairs.
I feel like that's 3 different orders. Can you somehow make that one order? Because like the examples they give are tear down that mountain rock by rock, right? Or climb that mountain. Very specific, like one action. Can you find a way to condense all of that into a single order rather than 3 orders linked by and?
Well, would nominate Malachi the wizard to be your replacement as Baron be enough to get him to abdicate or not?
I can't tell you that, but I'll...
Yeah, I don't think so.
Could
Yeah,
you say abdicate your seat to Malachi?
Maybe
Or
just say,
abdicate the throne to Malachi.
do everything you can to make Malachi the Baron of Shirebrook.
Ooh.
Nice.
That sounds like that's what I want to do, right? I think so.
Malachi the wizard. And it's important that you.
Yeah.
Is that your final phrasing?
Do everything in your power to make Malachi the Mage the Baron of Shirebrook.
Damn.
Okay, so you lesser geas him.
And then I will leave.
Okay, the gentleman there in Twin Towers. Does he have to be awake to?
He has to be conscious. I wake him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you're an imp, kind of standing on his bed, flapping your wings above him. Where are you perched?
Just like sat on the end of his bed. I mean, I think at first he'd think he was dreaming, wouldn't he? Like
probably.
And then I cast the spell and I'm gone before he even really has time to think about what he heard.
All right, zeroth level hit die, 0 hit die creature. Zeroth level
roll a 20.
fighter. So he needs a 19 or no, yeah, he needs a 20 because of the penalties.
Come on,
So-
I can come back tomorrow though.
Okay.
All right, I leave, and I return to my house and
Should have
wait
memorized
for-
forget, man.
I don't know if I think that might ruin it, and then I wait for a.
Yeah, if he
The
forgets.
party.
If he
The
forgets.
Geas
command.
wouldn't go away though.
He has to
Yeah, but he
hear the
wouldn't-
gears. So if
He
you
wouldn't
make
know
him
what he
forget-
needs to do.
Yeah.
But it's like a nagging feeling that he has to do this.
No.
whatever.
The guess fails if you pretty much if he doesn't have a clear command. So if he does not know what to do, the guess fails because he has no clear command. It has to be clear. If you make him forget his command, he can't do anything.
All right, well, that's done, and then we leave. I guess that's for next time though.
I'm with you, DJ Brandon. I'm with you.
What's DJ said?
He would
Yeah.
remember the Geas, but wouldn't remember how he got it.
Oh well.
I think modify memory you could use to strip who it was that told you the geas.
Well, he doesn't
Aaron
know.
knows that
He doesn't
spell.
know, isn't me?
Right.
Yeah.
He
knows
doesn't
me
know it
off
was
the
you.
top.
He just knows it was an imp that told him to do everything in his
Yeah.
power to make Malachi the Baron of Shirebrook.
Admittedly, it's a little bit suspicious.
Neal, if it even was real, he just woke up. Maybe he was dreaming.
Yeah,
Huh?
maybe.
Maybe he was dreaming. He just woke up and some.
Yeah, like he woke up
Yes.
and some imp was like, "Hook my homie up with the throne, man," and then flew out the window.
Okay, and I think we'll end here. Next week we will pick up with the trip to Newfort and talking to the Count there, who seems very unhappy that you guys abandoned Shirebrook when he specifically told you to keep watch over it until his men got here. Rah, rah, rah,
Well,
rah.
we need
That's what you
All
get
right.
when you have a dwarf as a count.
Yeah.
What is
to make up an excuse.
Kind of a dick.
What day should we do? Friday again, or I can do Saturday either. I know. I wanted to look at this.
Yeah, so Sean, you're the one who's got the variable.
I want to start moving to
schedule.
Saturdays. Yeah, I'd like to start doing Saturdays
Does
whenever
that
we can
work
move over to that.
for you, Bastian?
I could do Saturdays at 10 too, so I could play earlier.
Saturday's work. with me.
I can do Saturday this week. I mean, I can do Saturday probably most times. It's just sometimes there's more likely to be something on a Saturday night that I just can't get out of than there is on
Right.
any other day.
Of course. So we will plan Hardcore Heroes for Saturday next week. I'm moving it
Okay.
on the calendar. And that's about it.
Yeah. Are we doing 10
XP?
or 12?
Let's do 12 unless someone needs to do 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a few things to get some XP from just spells learnt and stuff.
Okay, so let's talk combat 0.
Yeah.
Quests. Nothing was completed, but you did fully escape the slaughter, the massacre in Redport. I'll give you some experience for escaping the massacre in Redport. You didn't discover any new lands. You've already been through Rockwave a few times before. When Jeeves gets to with Tassel, his place of retirement, I'll give you some experience for that, but he's not quite there yet.
Or maybe we'll just hire some other adventures.
Yeah.
Think.
But whenever it is that he arrives, you'll get experience for that.
Dead or alive.
What else do we have? You guys.
I think just.
I mean, we found out who Venlin was. We didn't really do it through our own achievements, but you know.
But that has been
something we've had on the back burner for a long time.
Definitely, yeah.
I feel like 36 sessions of interest. I think we should probably be up to like a couple 100,000 XP for that one.
True. This is the 37th episode of Hardcore Heroes. Yeah. And you first ran into Venlin in the only time you've ever run into Venlin was in the very first episode.
Yeah.
Is this the most sessions you've done in a single, like at least on Twitch game?
Roleplay
original Solemn Blast?
Roleplay was 39, wasn't it?
I don't know how long roleplay lasted.
I thought it was
quite close.
Roleplay, if you count all the seasons, it was pretty long. So
yeah, all the seasons. I just mean like.
I think original was 39.
One character.
Season 2 was how long? I think
I don't know.
30-ish,
35.
I don't know how long Georg has been. He started a little bit before you guys. He did end a little while ago.
I think we've done more sessions than Georg.
You probably have. This is definitely up there for the longest continuous storyline.
Neal, do I get combat XP for defeating Venlin by spooking him out of the room?
Not even going to dignify that with a response.
Neal, will you say, is Venlin higher or lower than level 5?
Of course not. Of course I'm not going to tell you that. He could
be
a 0th level character.
Will you say if he's higher or lower than level 1?
No, I will not give you any information about him. He could be 0th level. He could just be a dude.
Wizard?
He could be a wizard. He could be a fighter dressed as a wizard. He could be a rogue. He could be the Shadow Dragon. Dun dun dun.
He was the dragon.
Well, now we have to kill him.
He did. Yeah. He did have Mind Blank cast on him or something similar. So
Neal,
got something.
Isn't that spell like 8th level?
Yeah.
Neal, would you say we can trust Venlin?
I will tell you nothing. You guys all have to suffer on your own. So I think let's give you experience for running into Venlin and kind of learning more about him, learning his secrets. So divide that by 3 people for. Ooh, that's not the right number. Dear God, on math. Why doesn't everyone take home 320 experience for questing? Good job, guys. Woo!
And then we get recap and roleplay, so it's 300 each.
Everyone gets another 300 for recap and roleplay.
I did 13 spell levels, so that's not too much. Because every spell I cast was higher level.
Okay, yeah, so you did Reflecting
Speak
Pool.
With Dead, Reflecting Pool, Telepathy, Invisibility Purge.
Cool.
All right, I did Invis twice on both of them. Lesser Gaius and Stone Skin 3 times.
Sure. I kind of feel weird giving you Stone Skin experience all the time. Especially when you chip it off and then you recast it. It seems a little...
Let's say I don't get it. That's fine.
I think we should maybe treat it like we do Van's healing spells. Like if you're in combat and you cast Stone Skin, it's all good. But outside of combat, no.
It's in the wilds is where we do the healing.
Right.
You keep saying it's combat, but it's if you're out in the wilds and you don't have like a safe place to rest, then we consider it to be like a.
Then I learned Sepia Snake Sigil, Detect Invis, Firefall, and Find Familiar. So that's another 700, and then 400 for casting spells.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not bad.
Well, Van did get a lot more experience. I think Kine might still be getting a higher percentage of his experience to the next level.
Yes.
Through this session.
I don't know though, Neal. I only have 18,000 more experience until I hit level 8.
It's not so bad.
Neal, I only need 35,000 experience. And
you need 35,000 experience?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's hitting the bullshit points.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bullshit point.
He's level 5. Rangers get it even worse
6.
than
You're level 6 already. Holy crap!
Oh, you're 6? Okay.
Look
Yeah,
how
you get
fast
it even.
you caught up to everyone else.
Yeah, you're only one
Yeah,
level behind.
That's why I have people restart at low levels when they die because they power level so fast.
Yeah.
But no, he's at the point where Rangers get it even worse than clerics do, where they continue to double. Like he never catches up to me in the experience curve, even though Malachi's passed me up now.
I hit 100,000 experience, which is nice.
Oh, nice. I'm about 8,000 behind you.
Wish we had some sort of celebration for you.
Well, that's all right.
We'd all
You're
wear party
done.
hats next week.
The Shadow Dragon
Okay.
appears. You're done. That's celebration.
He goes for everybody with 100,000 experience or more.
Is there anything we need to say before we sign out for the night?
Play
I
Fire
think
Emblem
so.
Blazing Sword. It's a good game. I recommend it. Solid tactical RPG.
Watch
People-
the Night Manager.
Watch Shin
shit.
Godzilla.
I keep forgetting the Night Manager. Okay, I need to write this down on something.
Trust me, Neal, you will not regret it. It's great.
I intend
You
on
did
watching it,
that.
but it always leaves my mind. The Night Manager.
Watch
Hugh Laurie,
Shin...
right?
Yeah.
And Shin
Watch-
Godzilla, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. All right. Well, Bastian, are you going to close the stream off for us, as is tradition?
What should we do,
So-
Bastian? What do we?
I don't know.
What? Wait, we're at the. How do we end this? Do we stop?
Neil, where's the script you sent me?
How do you stop playing?
I don't know.
I think we
Why
have
don't
to
I just go to break and then let's just not come back?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys on the other side of the break, which is going to be Saturday, a week from tomorrow. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.